Hello and welcome to my first ever Let's Play series. Foundation is probably one of the most cozy city builder games out there. I used to play it a lot when I was in early access, but now that it's fully released, I would like to have another go at it. Let's start a new game. I do want a river on a lake. And have a big river, no cliffs, less hills. This could be a nice setup. I want loads of flat lands for lots of farming later on, and just a big city overall. Let's select the rules. I will play the game as intended. My aspiration will be relaxed. Let's have a look. Primary shield color. I want the lion. Some from Holland. This will be my town's name. Of course, I will be Sir Fooky. Start the game. Here we are, a new beginning. After a long journey throughout the realm, where people finally reach new lands, your lands, territories you can settle for reasons of your own. Villages await your command and are eager to offer advice about how to proceed, should you require it. Let me hear your advice. Now you can choose to disable this, but I'd like to have it on because it's quite helpful. So now I have to buy my first territory. Let's close this and let's go to the village map up here and let's just have a quick look. So these are all territories that I can buy. So I have to choose where I want to start first. So I have a quick look around for a strategic place to start. This is big hill where we are gonna place our castle. So I think it's a smart move to start over here side, but we'll quickly get two territories, so it doesn't really matter that much. One has a bigger portion of the lake, so I think I'm going with this one to start because I might get and have some fishing ability. The first thing I have to do right now is build a village center. So they want me to go down here and place it somewhere on the map. Now I want my village center to be quite central towards the hill. So I think I'm gonna just place it down here in the forest for now. And then eventually we'll clear the forest out. And then, yeah, the center will be over here. But this is how things get placed. Put it down, then hard to see because of the trees, but if you zoom in here, I can rotate items to my liking, and then also I can move them around before placing them. And if I'm happy with where I've placed it, I'll just click build down here, and it's placed. Now this is gonna be the basis of the game quite a lot. You have to find the question marks hovering above the people because they will give you quests, things to do. Advice, organizing work. The second piece of advice comes from a young, enterprising villager. Rather than letting everyone fend for themselves, she suggests you Organize laborers into appropriate workplaces. Builders into workshops, woodcutters into lumber camps, berry gatherers into their huts, and so on. So let's put this advice into practice. Now we have a new building. And the next thing I have to do is build a builder's workshop. So we go down menu again, select the builder's workshop. Now, same as before, I can place it anywhere on the map, but I'd like to have it close to my city center, but also not too close, because I want to have to build a market there and stuff. So for now, I'm going to place the builder's workshop down here. So again, I can rotate it to my liking, but I actually like how it's placed right here. So I'm gonna just build it. Now immediately this one gets built. Later on you have to construct your buildings. Now it's gonna teach me how to assign workers to it. That's also the new quest, assign a new builder. So I'm gonna select my workshop, and over here I select assign available villager. So it will randomly select any villager that's available for work. For now, I'm gonna add 2 of them. I think 2 of them is perfect for now. And you cannot even a new city because it's still in the forest. The next quest is building a lumber camp and assigning a woodcutter to it. Now let's have a look around. I have a lot of forest laying around, but what I actually want to do is I want to place my workplaces for the lumber camp as far away from the city center as possible. This is because these type of buildings are industry type of buildings, and they have an area of effect around them that will devalue the land, as to speak. It will make people not want to live close to them. So the logical thing to do here is just to place them as far away as possible from the city center. You can also just place them in the middle of the forest and later on move them away. But like for now, I'm gonna just place it down here. Again, I'm gonna rotate it. 2 of the arrows facing the city center, so it has the entrances close to it. And let's just build it. Now, as you can see, this building is not immediately constructed. The builders have to bring resources and then build it. So let's just wait for this to happen. And there we go, fully functioning. Now let's add 2 woodcutters for now. Close this. Now the next quest is about painting your resource gathering areas. So the quest is paint a woodcutting zone. They want me to go down here, select paint, select the woodcutting. As you can see, this is like it's like a brush. Just paint over the area you want them to cut the trees down. They will start working in this area. Now, for now, I'm gonna allow them to cut every tree in this part of the city, because later on I'm gonna add a forester hut and I will create my own forest. So now the next advice I'm getting is to produce berries. So again, build, and you see we have a forester camp already as well. So I can place this down. I'm not going to do that for now because there's a lot of trees to be cut down and I actually want them to clear the area. So I will hold off on this. But they do want me to place down the gathering hut. Now this gathering hut doesn't have an area effect around it. So I can place it down wherever I want. So the smart thing to do is to place it close to some berry bushes. So I actually have 2 options in this area. The berries near the stone is a favorable option. because I think these berry bushes will be removed because there will be houses. But I can try to preserve these near the stone because there will be stone cutters working here as well, so it will add to the city. I'm gonna place it down here, gonna face it the road that they've created already. Let's just build it. And again, we can wait until the builders come and build this building. Now it's fully constructed. Same as before, we can select villager to work on here. For now I'm gonna only put in one because I only have population of 10, so one of them working is more than enough to supply all the villagers with some berries. And we have to wait until this guy actually brings in the first berries, and we'll probably be instructed to start with the market. Now as you can see, it says the advice is completed, and usually you'll expect a new option or a new advice, but now as you can see, a villager wants to tell me something. Go, advice, needs and happiness. Now that you have organized your laborers, you can tend to their needs and happiness. Make sure they have access to fresh water and housing. As for food, you will first need people to store and distribute the berries they collected. From there, the village will have everything needed to welcome its first wave of immigrants. So now they want me to paint some residential zone. And this works the same as the woodcutting, as you can see here on the instruction. Okay, so now they want me to build residential zone. So the way this works is just as the woodcutting area, it's you can paint, and the way this works is when you paint, just like the woodcutting area, your villagers will start building homes randomly in this area. You have no say in how they build their homes and how it's like all coming together. This is actually a fun mechanic in the game, just as the roads. The roads will appear as your villagers take their routes. But for this playthrough, I want to try to manipulate it in a way that like gives me a little bit more designability options. So what I'm doing right now is I've selected the square tool, and as you can see I have this long road towards the industry area, and what I want to try to do is I want to force them to build their homes along this road. So I think this is the right size for homes to be built, and I want to try to paint an area, and I want to wait until they start building inside this area. And there we go, we have our first house. Now I will create the second one. Just wait a little bit, expand a little bit more, start building their houses. There we go, we have our second one. Let's try to follow the path a little bit more. Just wait again. There we go. Try to keep following this path. Go. And now I can actually do the same for this. I'm gonna select it here. This way I can have more control over how the houses are built, and eventually the city will look a little bit nicer. I don't think they will build houses here, because I have 10 population. Oh, actually no, they started building. Cool. Now, if I were to paint over these bushes, then the bushes will disappear because they will clear the land for the buildings. So I have to be thoughtful of this. I do have 3 bushes here, but when the population grows, I actually get more demand for food. So I don't think I should paint over that too much. I do want to try to squeeze one more lot here. Now they want me to build a well, actually. So for the well, I'm gonna need a stonecutter camp. Now, as you can see, this stonecutter camp has this area of effect around it, and I don't want to place it too close to the buildings. As you can see, when you have it too close, it will turn the building orange, and this will affect the building negatively. So I think for now, I'm gonna just place it all the way in the corner here, create a nice industry area. Let's have the entrances face towards the city center again, and just press build. Now this will take a while to build because the builders are busy, and the way around this is to actually add another builder. Now I do want to keep my logs availability high, so I think it's also a good idea to increase the woodcutters as well. As you can see, the builders are just building the houses. Now while we wait, we actually can put down a well. Now because I've stretched out the houses quite a bit, I want to place more than one well. I think it's a fun place to have one here. Now I hold down shift, then I can select another place. I think for now this is a good spot as well. And then I hit build. Right, now that we have both our wells constructed, we'll be having access to water. And now the next quest is to build a village market, the market stall. And then I need to assign a market tender, and I'll assign the berries to the market stall as well. Now I want to go to this city center. It's covered in the woods. And I want to go down here and I want to select village market. It's going to be a challenge to put this down nicely because of the trees and everything. This will eventually be cleared out. So let's place it down. Rotate it towards center here. Let's take that tree down. And then select build. Right, now we are a village. So let's select the market. We assign a market tender. I have no available villagers right now. I'm gonna take them from my stonecutter's camp. I will place it my market tender. Then I will assign berries to it. And this market tender, it will collect the berries from berry collectors, store them on their stand. Now the advice is wanting me to assign a job to all your villagers, raise the happiness to my villager 75. Currently I'm at 50. This will start increasing when people are able to buy their berries from the market. Profiting from trade. A business-minded villager proposes creating a trade route with your closest neighbor, Northbury, to sell resources for profit and obtain items that cannot be locally. Northbury need planks, so you should start with those. So now it's going to teach us how to unlock new buildings. So our next quest will be acquire storage in the progression menu. Then we build a warehouse, and then we have to assign planks to a warehouse. So then we have to go up here to the progression. We can select here the storage. It will give us 2 new buildings. These are a granary and a warehouse. And also the sawmill is unlocked. I think it's through progression. And if you want to separate all the buildings, you can select logistics, source production, or food production, and it will give you only the buildings that are under this category. So for now, we need to build a warehouse. So let's select the warehouse and let's put it down somewhere. Now the logical thing I would want to do is place it near my industry buildings, but that actually doesn't make really sense, because like most of my resources will be needed in the city center, and the people working at the warehouse will be going back and forth to obtain those resources. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place it fairly close to my city center. Press build. And I also want to introduce 2 new people to our village. And we have a sawmill. So now let's assign 2 carpenters. They will start producing planks. They will take the wood from the lumber camp and put it into the sawmill and produce planks for us. And with our warehouse constructed, we're gonna add a transporter for work, and we're gonna assign planks to our building. What I'm also gonna do is assign wood, and we get information about how to open the royal book. Now, in order to start a trade route, we have to open the royal book, and we're going to our trade routes here. And here it says we need 20 planks to unlock route. So we have to wait until these planks arrive in our storage. And now that we have 20 planks in a warehouse, we can unlock the trade route. And now we have to assign the resources to be sold. So we go to Resources tab to find our planks. I want to sell when it hits 45. And then I select sell everything above the value. So what happens now is whenever I hit 45 planks in my warehouse, it will sell everything above that number. Let's do a quick recap. We started our village in the middle of the forest. We built our first houses and we have an industry going quite fast, and it's all going to our first warehouse for logistics. This is a very good setup for a small city, and I think we're gonna be able to grow this quite rapidly into a majestic metropolis. So if you like this video, please like and subscribe for more, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.